Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to show you MAC's Moody Blooms collection. This collection has been available on Nordstrom for the past couple of days and just launched today at maccosmetics.com. As always, if you go to allurabeauty.com, you will see more in-depth written reviews, as well as photos of the products and of swatches of the colors. And for all the lip products, you will also see photos of the colors applied to the lips. And as always, in the description box are sneak peeks to upcoming MAC collections and a link to the blog sale, which will have new items added to it shortly. Please check out my latest video, which was a clothing haul. It's my first ever clothing haul. Alright, I know many of you have been looking forward to this video, so please subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss these kinds of videos, and let's get to swatching. So let's start with the 5 new eyeshadow shades releasing with this collection. These eyeshadows retail for $15 each. Here's the shade Artistic License, Blooming Mad, Hidden Motive, Green Room, and Deep Fixation. I'm swatching these over primer, and first is Artistic License, which has a Volux Pearl finish and is sort of a rose gold but has a peachy golden flash to the finish. And I want to really make sure the finish is smooth and a little stronger, so I'm adding a second layer. Next is Blooming Mad, which has a frost finish, and this is a lavender underneath but has a violet duochrome to it, so it flashes a slightly deeper purple. Again, a beautiful color, but I am going to add some more product to intensify the finish and the color. Next is Hidden Motive, which is like a Concord Grape Purple. This has also a Volux Pearl finish, so it does have sort of a shimmering sheen to the finish. And for a third time, I'm going to add a second layer just because the color payoff is not quite what I want it to be with just one layer. Next is Green Room, which is more of a teal-based green. This has a satin finish, so it has just a kiss of shimmer to it. I'm again going to add a second layer to get the pigmentation that you would expect when looking in the pan. And last is Deep Fixation, which is a warm toned brown. It has an undertone, a more reddish undertone with some reddish copper shimmer in it. This is a Volux Pearl formula. This shade doesn't need a second layer as much as the other shades do, but just to be consistent, I will apply this second layer. Okay, so here we have the 5 eyeshadow shades. I love the colors for the first 2, and they all have pretty good color, but the formula for the powder requires that you apply more product than you probably would like in order to get the color that you probably want. This shade we have seen released before. I think it may be under the Iris Apfel collection, though don't quote me on that. If it was released a similar color in the Iris Apfel collection, the formula was much better in that collection. But overall, pretty colors. I would definitely go for the first 2, and between the first 2 I would definitely go for Artistic License. It's beautiful and fairly unique, so if you like it, you should probably try to grab your hands on it, because my guess is these 2 will be the most popular colors. Next up we have the 2 new powder blushes, which cost $21 each. Here is Bred for Beauty, and here is Worldly Wealth. Using a dense angled powder brush, first up is Bred for Beauty, which is a bright medium to deep magenta shade. Looks like it has a pretty matte finish to it. This shade has very good pigmentation, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like with one and then with 2 layers applied. Here's Worldly Wealth with 1 layer. This is a bronze with golden shimmer. Again, very good pigmentation. Here it is with 2 layers, although again it really doesn't need more than 1 layer. This does have a smoother formula than the pink blush. So there's Worldly Wealth, the healthy dose of shimmer. Here we have 3 new fluid line shades, and these cost $16 each. Here is Copperthorn, Nightshade, and Black Ivy. So that you can see the color, I'm going to swatch these with a flat concealer type brush first. Copperthorn is a very shimmering or even glittery copper shade with also silver shimmer in it. Here's Nightshade, which is a deep plum. And here is Black Ivy, which is a deep midnight blue. Not quite sure why it's called Black Ivy, because it's not green. So here are your 3 fluid line shades, all 3 different finishes. Very glittery, slightly shimmery, although it's hard to tell because the pigmentation and finish is not smooth or opaque, and then a matte finish. And you can see here that this consists mostly of glitter, so you're getting some patchiness and sheerness throughout. The same with Nightshade, which is a non-opaque and smooth purple color. And then Black Ivy is the smoothest of all of the shades, and it has a matte finish, but still not entirely a solid layer of pigmentation on this one. Next up we have these Sheen Supreme lip glass tints, which are $20 each. They come in this type of packaging, which really is not my favorite. They have a brush applicator and you twist up the bottoms to push the product out of the brush, but you have to twist these forever when you first open them up, and it's just hard to control how much goop you get out of the brush. So really, I wish MAC would kind of change the type of packaging that these came in, but for now this is how it comes. The shade is Bubblegum. The shade is Gui Yo Mi. This is Simply Wow, Blushing Berry, and Glorious Intent. Here's Bubblegum, which is a soft, sheer, yellow-based pink. Gui Yo Mi is a soft, strawberry tinted pink. Simply Wow, more of a berry toned pink. It's got a purple tint to it. Blushing Berry is a red with a hint of pink in it. And Glorious Intent is a medium to deep berry shade. So here are your 5 Sheen Supreme Lip Glass Tint shades. And last up we have 6 new Sheen Supreme lipsticks, which cost $17 each. Here is Phosphorescent, Lust Extract, Pheromonal, Quite the Thing, Moody Bloom, and Venomous Violet. So first we have Phosphorescent, which is this coral tinted, bright, almost neon-y pink. Lust Extract, which is a violet tinted shade. Pheromonal, which is more of a rose pink. Quite the Thing is a violet with silver shimmer. Moody Bloom is a nudie brown with golden shimmer. And Venomous Violet is a very deep eggplant. Alright, here are your Sheen Supreme lipstick shades. All of these have very nice color to them, and they all have a very glossy finish. So there's a look at MAC's Moody Bloom's collection. I know many of you were looking forward to this collection, but I have to say that I'm not too excited about it. I think the highlight of the collection is actually this Sheen Supreme lipsticks, which are interesting in color and formula too. The fluid lines were pretty disappointing in color and in texture, which gave them sort of a patchy finish. I've never been a fan of the Sheen Supreme lip gloss tints. I find the packaging impractical and very frustrating, especially if you were working on a client and you had to stand there and click the pen and wait for, 2 minutes for the right amount of product to be pushed out through the brush. I just am not a fan, and I don't think that the glossy formula and sheer pigmentation is all that to be crazy about, given the inconvenience of the packaging. The eyeshadows, actually, I have mixed feelings about because I do like the shades, but the formula could be much better. The shadow could be smoother and go on in a more prevalent manner on the skin. I think that for the first two shades, Artistic License and Blooming Mad, it is worth it to have to kind of work with the product. But with the other shades, I don't know that they're unique enough to really warrant the lack in the creaminess of the formula. And the powder blushes were good in formula and great in pigmentation. I just don't think that the colors are anything unique or something that we haven't seen before. Alright, I think that covers it. I hope this was helpful to you for those of you who are waiting to see what items they want to purchase and what items they want to pass on. So please give this video a thumbs up if it was entertaining to you or if it was helpful to you. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.